Alright, SlimmBob here. Time for another review. This time a game. And a bloody highly anticipated game, to say the least. And yeah, 2009. Still 2009. The world of gaming was kind of shocked, to say the least, because this unknown English developer called Rocksteady created a tie-in called Batman Arkham Asylum. And it turned out it shocked everyone because it were actually really good, and it actually, you could see the developers, they had a lot of freedom to do what they wanted, like with a license. They created such an authentic Batman world. The gameplay, the fact the combat was fluid, it was different, but it was brutal, and the stealth sections, the fact that you could see the guards' heartbeats and things, and all the detective skills. And just the way it was written, the script, the look of it was just... The point is, it was a Batman game. To me, Batman Arkham Asylum was the first Batman game I've played where I felt like Batman. And where it's given me that freedom. And it was an excellent game. It had its flaws, yeah, like the boss battles. The fact that it was a bit linear and things like that. So they had things to sort out, and you could see it were leading on to something epic. So 2 years later, we have this beast, Batman Arkham City. And yeah, it is fucking brilliant, is what it is. Oh, yeah, I've wanted this. This is probably my second most anticipated game this year. Aside from Sonic Generations, I'd say this. So yeah, and it has definitely, this is easily, Sonic Generations won't be out like this, it won't be a patch on this. This is a brilliant game, and it's just, the love of the developers you can see, it's ridiculous. So yeah, graphics and sound. Graphically, it has a really strong art style. I mean, if you've been reading comics all your life, the characters you see in this game, they are those characters, they are the comic book characters. To me, I think it's safe to assume, like, the way the characters look, the way everything is, just the presentation wise, it is the comics. Like, it just looks so, it's exactly how I imagine Batman characters to look as 3D models, and it looks beautiful. The actual city, Arkham City, where you got all the snow falling and all that, it's such a dark look, such a depressing kind of look, but it's so stylish at the same time, and it's brilliant. It is Batman. That's the thing. The sound effects, the voice acting is sensational. I mean, the cast they got, again, they got Mark Hamill as Joker. I mean, it's worth buying it just for him. He is priceless, that bloke. And it sounds like they had a great laugh making it, and they've all around, voice work all around, it's brilliant. And there's some really disturbing, like, you know, like in the first one, Arkham Asylum, where you got like interviews with different inmates. Well, you get kind of a similar thing in this, like with bios, and some of them, they're actually really disturbing. That's what I mean, the way it's written, this game. In fact, we'll get to that with story, but yeah, just to touch on it, the way it's written, this game, it's written for adults. It's not written for kids. It's not a kids game at all. But yeah, presentation wise, they did a great job. There's a few problems like in cutscenes where you get like texture popping and things like that, but you know what I mean, we're used to that shit this generation. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, when it all, and it's not like really bad, but it's a good looking game, and they've still done that thing, you know, with Batman, where as he progresses through the game, his suit gets more and more like messed up, but it's not as bad as on like Arkham Asylum. I remember in Arkham Asylum, you get to end the game, he only has like half a cape, and he's still gliding around really elegantly. No, it's not quite. You don't quite have that on this, but yeah, just the details. There's a lot of small details, like with character models, and the mouth movement as well. Very, very good. Like the expressions of characters really does match everything. And yeah, presentation wise, solid B is what it is. So what's story in Arkham City? Well, basically, if you played the first one, in the first one, yeah, Joker takes over Arkham Asylum. There's like a new kind of, you know, like Bane has his Venom. Well, there's this thing called Titan, and Joker wants to get his hands on that. Obviously, and Batman stops it. So in this one, Hugo Strange, he shows up. And I don't think this is a spoiler. This was in trailer, right? So, sorry if you think this is a spoiler, but it has been revealed for months now. But, yeah, Hugo Strange knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And that's how this game kind of starts off. You learn that instantly, and... Alright, Hugo Strange is... Basically, he has created... If you've watched, like, Escape from New York, it's that, right? All villains are in one island. Arkham City, it's called, instead. And Batman's there. Obviously, he wants to find out... He wants to stop Strange because he knows his identity. Plus, he wants to sort stuff out at Arkham City. There's a lot of stuff that happens. I don't want to spoil it, because if I do, it'll kind of spoil what villains are in the game. Because that's part of the fun of this game. Because there's cramming, like, there's cramming so many villains, and they all have so much time dedicated to them, and so much love's been put into every single villain. Like, there's no two-dimensional, like, villains in this game, which is really impressive. And there's loads, like the entire Rogues Gallery. That's why this is best adaptation Batman's ever had outside of comics. Because you get every villain in this place given love and given respect, and that's the thing. These guys treat the source material with so much respect. It treats its audience with so much respect, and that is what's great about this game. It knows what Batman is, and it knows what people love about these characters, and it brings it out. And it don't pull any fucking punches either. But yeah, so story-wise, I don't want to ruin it, but it's good. The tension builds up, it's good, it's told really well, the pacing's good. Obviously you can muddle that up if you decide to do all side missions, but you don't have to do side missions. And a lot of the time I would tempted not to do them. I just have to do them, but I can see people being more drawn towards the main story because it does a great job of creating this sense of urgency through story. So it's really well written. It's just a great story, and it's worth playing if you're a story gamer. It's worth playing just for the story. This game, even if you're not a fan of Batman, you can appreciate like how strong these characters are, because you do unlock like biographies for all villains and all different characters. So if you're used to playing RPGs, for instance, that's kind of the norm. So you know, you're getting that through this, and these are much more fleshed out than you'll get in a lot of RPGs. So yeah, you'll enjoy this game. Seriously, it's very good. But yeah, so what's gameplay like? Important stuff. Now, if you remember Arkham Asylum, I think I've already touched upon it. It's a perfect portrayal of Batman in a way, because it has this really cool mix between like combat, exploration, stealth, and like detective skills and flying about and things, and all the gadgets and things. Batman's perfect. He really is perfect, because he's such a badass without having to kill people, and he has so many gadgets and ways he can move about the world, and yet he's not invincible. So you always, like in a Superman game, how can Superman die? You know what I mean? Batman, the Spider-Man game, how can he die? He's fucking Spider-Man, he's right tough. Batman is a man, he's immortal, and that's what I love about him. But yeah, that's the thing. They basically took the Arkham Asylum gameplay but expanded upon it. So like the thing with Arkham Asylum, it were quite linear. It was like a closed sandbox. This is an open sandbox. It's like, they said it's about 3 times bigger than Arkham Asylum, which I'd say probably, yeah. It's not a huge sandbox, but it's really fun. Like in Spider-Man 2, it's just really fun to go swinging about. This has the same appeal. Like, you get this ability later on in the game where you can grapple onto just about any surface, and you grapple onto it, and then you can fling yourself up and send yourself flying over these buildings, and then you swoop down and then go like flying up again. And it's just, there's like a, you know, like in Spider-Man 2, you're just swinging about, aren't you? And they were like a strategy where you had to charge up your jumps to get you sent further. Well, in this, that has a strategy to how you go through the world, and there's a lot of ways you can approach it, and you feel like Batman. You feel so cool when you do it. It's really good. But yeah, the combat as well, they haven't changed the combat, which I'm happy about. It's all based on, where basically he squares your main mode of attack, but he just does random things, and you can counter with triangle, and you can unlock new combos as you progress. But like, it's really strong though. It's like, it feels so fluid the way it happens, and none of battles, they all flow so well, and I'm glad they've kept that. They really struck gold with that combat system. There's a lot of collecting, like Riddler trophies, they're back. There's a lot. Apparently there's 400 Riddler challenges, which that's Riddler trophies, plus there's other things like you have to solve riddles, like randomly when you're going through worlds, something will appear on screen like a riddle, so you have to search the environment to solve the riddle, and you find the item that it's going on about, and that you've solved your riddle. And I love that. It's really good. It just adds something new. There's always something new around every corner, some new upgrades or something you can buy. And there we go. There are a few problems. There's a couple of problems though. I mean, this is nitpicking though. I mean, like, sometimes this can be frustrating. Like, it can get confused. Like, say you're on a fence, for one fence and one fence, you just want to drop down. Sometimes if you press circle it works, sometimes it doesn't. Say you just want to drop down, it'll just jump across. There's little things like that where you get confused as to, like, there's a hell of a lot of shortcuts with your gadgets, and they can get confusing. They'll take a lot of getting used to them, especially with challenge rooms, because there's a lot of, you get a lot of bonuses in challenge rooms by using all your gadgets and being creative with how you use them. So that'll take some getting used to. Once you master it, I think that's going to be really good. And another thing, sometimes your ground takedowns just don't work. They it just stops, and you go, you'll just keep doing that, and it's like, just do it, and it don't work sometimes. So that's another thing that, that's nitpicking, it really is. That rarely happens. The gameplay, or basically it expands on an already great formula, and takes it that step further, and improves it, and delivers a great sequel, like in terms of mechanics and everything. So yeah, you can't go wrong. It's a unique style as well. It feels different to other games. It's one of them games, and yeah. So what's longevity like? I can't really say at the moment. Depends how much of a fan you are. The thing is, you got all these new characters as well. I mean, you could play as Catwoman. If you pre-ordered it game, I think you got Robin. I'm sure he'll come back as a download. Hopefully it won't be ridiculous. Hopefully it'll be free. It should be fucking free is what it should be. I'm hoping it's free. As far as I'm aware though, the Joker maps in Arkham Asylum, I think they were free. So I'm hoping that this DLC will be free, you know, like all the costumes and things. So I'm praying, this better be, they shouldn't rip you off like that, it's wrong. But yeah, the Catwoman, yeah, that's what I mean. It depends, doesn't it, how much you're into it. Personally, I really love it. I really like the sandbox. I really like, it's one of them, I really like the story. I like to replay games that have a good story. So I'm going to replay it again, definitely, just for the story. Just for that ending. Ugh, do you know what, I might make a video about that ending, actually. People's thoughts on it, because I did want to mention it, but I don't want, it's such a powerful end. That ending in itself, alright, I'll talk about that in another video. I've decided I'm making another video just for that ending. But yeah, yeah, it'll last. I think it will last. Just the amount of collectibles alone. If you're one of them people that has to collect stuff, then yeah, you'll just be there all day, just filming, collecting loads of stuff, and it'll make your day that, or week or month. Depends how long it takes. There's a lot. There's a hell of a lot. Trust me. I think for me it'll last. I think this game. If one of them I'll keep coming back to. You know, like every year I'll like replay it and things. I think once you've played it through and you've like collected as much as you want, you probably won't. If you're not one of those sentimental types, I don't think you'll play it again. It's a really good game, but it's kind of, you know, like Portal 2. That's the kind of game I'll play again just to hear all the witty dialogue and stuff. But this is kind of the same. Even though it's I'd say it's better than Portal 2. No, Portal 2's sensational, but for me, this is better. Because it's just a, you know, I'm going to score it 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it, I would have given it 10. Yes, if you asked me yesterday, I'd give it 10. But I've been watching my brother on it, and I've been seeing little things, which it's not quite perfect, this game. There are little bugs and things, and performance issues that it's, well, me who loves Mass Effect 2, amount of bugs in that, and Fallout 3, no, I don't know. It's not, it doesn't give me that urge to constantly play it, if you know what I mean. It's a brilliant game. There's just little things, like when you do them augmented, those zooming challenge things, you know, where you have to swoop down and things. Like, just little things like that. They should give you an option to restart them if you fail. Just little things like that. There's, you know what I mean. But the point is, I don't know why I'm complaining, it's an amazing game. It represents Batman, and it's presented in such a way that it's presented to the adults, to people who've grown up with Batman, who love these characters, who understand this. They understand Batman, and they don't treat us like idiots. I mean, a lot of movie tie-ins and comic tie-ins, they just kind of don't get it. They don't understand why we play these games. Like the Spider-Man games recently. We like to have a sandbox where we can swing about and be Spider-Man. That's what was great about Spider-Man 2 and Ultimate Spider-Man and shit like that. This game allows you to go around scaring the shit out of criminals and sorting out Gotham City and being a gargoyle flying about, being the Archangel of Gotham, and that's what it is. And this is the perfect Batman game. It's a perfect superhero game, and it is 9 out of 10. It's a brilliant game. If you pick this up, what do you think of Batman Arkham City? Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, are you more excited about this? To me, yeah, this is better than films as well. I mean, I love Dark Knight Rises, I can't fucking wait for that. But this, I cannot see him beating this game. This is the ultimate Batman experience. And yeah, what do you think? Let me know. This is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching. And goodbye.